throwing rocks and hiding their hand, right? They be throwing rocks and hiding their hand. And I don't like them kind of individuals.
50 Cent just went off on J. Prince and things are getting messy. Word is J. Prince tried to push 50 out of Houston, but 50's not backing down. Instead, he fired back hard, putting J. Prince on blast for shady moves behind the scenes.
How does a nigga pick who he be fight with?
Right.
Like if you see and you go, oh, I'm not going because this.
Go ahead, about.
Yeah, I think I can take him.
Insinuate, extorting people. Ain't no money in that. Real nigga ain't gonna have that no way. You know, check in for what? I mean, I don't want to impose or force my...
Allegedly, Jay's been using intimidation and shady extortion tactics, and now 50's calling him out big time.
Oh, it's a sucker to me. A sucker's pick who he be fight with.
Right.
Like if you see and you go, oh, I'm not going because this.
I won't fuck with him, but I'll fuck with this.
Yeah, I think I can take him.
Right.
You want to fight the nigga you think you can beat.
And I call J. Prince.
But it doesn't stop there. J. Prince has been feeling the heat and allegedly even sent people to mess with 50's money moves. But 50 clapped back hard. He's out here trolling Jay on Instagram like it's a joke, even daring him to pull up, if he's really about that life. The wildest part? 50 Cent allegedly has receipts, and if what he's got is legit, it could tear J. Prince's whole empire down. Still, let's not act like J. Prince is some nobody. He's got serious pull in Houston streets, and no doubt, he's got soldiers who ride for him. So now, 50 might actually have to keep one eye open at all times.
Most of you may not know this. You had the opportunity to take Houston.
Yeah.
But you chose Shreveport.
Yeah. And Houston didn't have the same, they embraced me. They good. Like I got out there, they showed me a lot of love.
Mm-hmm.
But Shreveport had the infrastructure already here, like even the tax incentive.
This clash isn't just rap beef. It's personal, and it's playing out in the streets. We're watching two heavyweights go head to head. Words like extortion, power moves, and street dominance are flying around. This beef has been brewing for years. 50's been stepping on J. Prince's toes, even going at that whole checking in movement. J. Prince keeps pushing back, still acting like he's the king of H-Town. For the longest time, they stayed in their own lanes. 50 was holding it down in New York while J. Prince was chilling in Houston. No reason to collide, unless by accident. But that peace didn't last long. 50 didn't just visit Houston, he took over, brought his whole squad, whole operation, everything. He broke the news with a tweet. I love New York, but I live in Houston now. I'll explain later. And that move, that's when everything really kicked off.
He came to the city of Houston, but he didn't just come here to live. He has been helping out on so many causes in this city. And especially, he has been in our high schools, turning our high school students into entrepreneurs with his Unity Camp program. I've seen him firsthand. This city has been elevated because of his presence. And so today we have the honor of saying to him, he's our 2022 Grand Marshal. Give it up to Curtis 50 Jackson. Now, before I call on him to speak, let me present you first a key to the city of Houston. Anywhere you go, 550 buildings, use the key, the door will swing wide open.
One big reason, Texas doesn't take as much in taxes, so that means more money in 50's pocket. And now, he's set up shop right in J. Prince's backyard. 50 Cent had been done with New York's sky-high taxes. He even went off about them jumping by 62%. That kind of hit was cutting into his bag, slowing down how he moves in business. And let's be real, big money players don't like Uncle Sam reaching that deep into their pockets. But taxes weren't the only reason he bounced from NY. 50 had been eyeing Houston for a while. He talked about wanting to tap into the Houston hip-hop scene, because let's face it, H-Town's been a powerhouse in rap, trap, and culture. For someone like 50, who's always grinding in entertainment, art, and business, moving to Houston just made sense. He saw the city as a goldmine for opportunity and major returns. And when it came to leveling up his liquor brand, Branson Cognac, Houston looked like the perfect launch pad.
20 coming in, I get 25.
Matter of fact, God darn it, 50 Cent, get out here. Come on, you all.
If I was your best friend, I want you out.
I know all the time I spent with him, we've had some great times. He even tried to
Tell me some please one night.
I gotta hang out with the people that can buy this stuff from me.
$110, $125, now to get 125, now to get 125, 110, now to get 125.
I think Johnny might be on.
Maybe we need to change the word for the youngsters. The checking in part, is they seem to get hung up on that word checking in.
Yeah.
So if we could diversify that word and bring it up to a 2021 thing.
Right. What's the word, OG? What's the word?
Maybe we may want to tell them they need to get connected.
Remember when 50 was pulling up to all those Houston liquor stores flexing with Branson bottles? That wasn't just for show. Word is, he saw a serious market out there and wanted to plant his flag. But Jay Prince? He wasn't feeling it. Allegedly. Saw it as disrespect, like 50 was stepping right on his turf. First thing Jay reportedly did, tried to force 50 to check in. Sent some guys to apply pressure, telling 50 he needed to drop bands just to be in town. But 50 wasn't going for it. He clapped back fast, made it clear, he rolls with his own security and doesn't owe anybody a dime just to move around, and that lit a fuse. Jay Prince allegedly tried to shut him down completely. Talk of a no-fly zone, trying to block 50 from doing anything in Houston. But again, it flopped. 50's not built to fold under pressure. He stayed moving in. The city. Networking, expanding, giving back. In fact, he was gearing up to drop a huge $20 million bag on a brand new G-Unit film studio right in Houston. Then out of nowhere, he pulled the plug. Shifted the whole operation to Shreveport, Louisiana. That move shocked a lot of people, especially since just a year earlier, 50 and Houston looked like a match made in mogul heaven. Back in 2022, not long after 50 touched down, Mayor Sylvester Turner himself rolled out the red carpet, literally gave 50 the key to the city. Straight royalty treatment. He even declared November 24th as 50 Cent Day during Houston's massive Thanksgiving parade. The mayor couldn't stop singing his praises, calling him not just a rapper, but an artist, entrepreneur, and philanthropist who was actually making a difference. He shouted out 50's G-Unity program that was helping local high school kids learn entrepreneurship. Real impact. Real investments. Houston felt like 50's new empire. And the crowd? They were loving it. 50 showed up with that signature charisma, giving love back to the people, owning his moment like he was the city's new king. But not everyone was clapping. While 50 was getting praised, Jay Prince was allegedly stewing in silence. Word from insiders, he was tight, real tight, watching 50 rise in a city he used to run, and it wasn't just about the fame. Jay reportedly felt like 50 was taking over his whole lane. And when you look at the receipts, it's not hard to see why Houston embraced 50. While Jay was getting side-eyed like an old-school street boss, 50 was out here funding schools, creating jobs, and empowering the youth through the G-Unit Foundation. He didn't just land in Houston, he invested in it. One of his biggest moves? Launching the G-Unity Business Lab, a full-on education program that taught Houston high school students how to build their own businesses. That's real knowledge, being passed down. Boss moves only, and 50 didn't stop at schools. He dove straight into Houston's sports and entertainment world. His Sire Spirits brand landed major partnerships with the Rockets, the Astros, and the Texans. That's 3 major franchises backing his product in one city. Talk about a takeover. Then came the 2022 Houston Tycoon Comedy and Music Fest, which 50 hosted himself. And around Thanksgiving that year, he linked up with the Rockets to hand out 1,000 turkeys to families across the city. No strings attached, just giving back. And just when folks thought he might cool off, boom. 2023 hits. 50 shows up to a holiday event and drops a jaw-dropping $850,000 worth of toys to help support the goal of delivering 100,000 toys to kids in need across the city. And he wasn't done. Fast forward to 2024, and 50 helped raise $500,000 for the Houston Children's Charity at a gala where he auctioned off 2 giant bottles of his Le Chemin du Roi champagne. The event pulled in a record-breaking $6 million. Who else is moving like that? Now, let's look at the flip side. Jay Prince and his so-called mob ties crew. Where do you even start? Instead of building up the community, folks accuse him of running the city like his personal trap house. His brand? Built on fear, not philanthropy. After declaring himself King of H-Town, Jay launched the whole check-in movement, claiming it was about protecting artists visiting the city. Sounds noble, until you hear what's allegedly going on behind closed doors. Truth is, it's said to be nothing but extortion. Artists don't just check in, they're expected to pay up. Not for hospitality, but to avoid getting pressed. If they don't, it's said things might just happen. Chains snatched, entourages tested. It's less a welcome mat and more like a toll booth, with teeth. And if you say you've got your own security, word is Jay's people might still try to set you up. That's the street talk. Just ask NBA YoungBoy. He came to Houston on business, skipped the whole check-in mess, and not long after, 2 guys broke into his spot, took his chains, cash, and even his car keys. Then, get this, they reached out asking for $30K in ransom to return his stuff. YB wasn't having it. He clapped back hard, calling them jokers and saying he wouldn't pay a dime. Then, Jay Prince steps in, acting like he's here to help. But instead of handling things quietly, he posts about it on social media. YB wasn't fooled. He saw it for what it was, a setup. He called it out as pure extortion. Said if he accepted Jay's help, he'd probably end up paying more than the thieves asked for. So he stayed 10 toes down. And he's not the only one. Cameron and Maze aired Jay Prince out on their podcast, It Is What It Is, saying he needs to stop the street games and start teaching the youth real business moves. And then there's the dice games. You've probably heard the whispers. Those late-night sessions that Jay Prince and his sons host when rappers hit town, they're not just about friendly gambling. Word is, they're another layer in the extortion playbook. And that's where things get really dark. Take Takeoff's tragic death. Official reports say it started with an argument, then shots rang out. Takeoff caught a stray bullet, and just like that, one of rap's calmest voices was gone. But insiders say there's more to the story. Supposedly, Jay was mad Takeoff and Quavo didn't check in properly, allegedly told his crew to teach them a lesson. Just rough them up, not kill anyone. But things spiraled, and it ended in tragedy. And ever since, Jay's been dodging questions, changing the subject, avoiding anything related to that night. People are noticing, and sadly, Takeoff wasn't the only one. Remember Duke the jeweler? After winning $100K in a dice game, he didn't even make it to his ride. Got ambushed, robbed, killed. Just like that. Now when you stack all this up, the contrast is crystal clear. 50 came into Houston and started building. Businesses, schools, opportunities. Meanwhile, Jay Prince is knee-deep in rumors, drama, and death. These two aren't even in the same league. Word on the street is, Jay's been scheming behind the scenes, trying to block 50's every move. But then, 50 got tangled up in that drama with Big Meech, and Jay Prince instantly took Meech's side. Rumors say Jay even sent people to deliver a message to 50, basically warning him to back off or else. But come on, this is 50 Cent. You think he's running from anything? Not a chance. Instead of folding, 50 flipped the script. He started exposing the whole game, alleged extortion, intimidation, all of it. And now, word is 50's not just clapping back. He's on a mission to dismantle Jay Prince's grip on Houston completely. This ain't just a rap beef anymore, it's a full-on battle for control. And if you thought this was wild, trust, there's way more where that came from. So drop a comment below. Do you think 50 can really take down Jay Prince? Or is he playing with fire? Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for the realest breakdowns, from the streets to the studio. Hit that bell so you never miss a drop. We'll see y'all in the next one, because it's only getting crazier from here.